Where's your man at? Hey, give me a kiss before he comes back. Kiss on the cheek before he comes back. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Hurry up before he comes back, hurry up. Trust no Trust no Man in the restroom trying to take a piss. She's trying to kiss me on the cheek. And he's gonna come back like, hey, what happened?
So I just found out that the reason my husband took me out to dinner is because he's pre-gaming. He's warming up, what shall we call it? He's warming up the American pie. No, he's warming up the apple pie. If you know, you know. So, just so you know, it's highly unlikely that he's going to get to taste the apple pie later. But
I still try.
yes, he takes pride in the fact that he still makes and goes through much effort to have some apple pie, despite my desire in the.
Have a sip of your drink.
This is not going to help.
Divorce. Nay. Prison. Anyone explain to me why in God's green earth you would marry somebody that you don't want to I just want to know. I want to know why there are so many husbands out here that have to go above and beyond, basically bribe a woman, by the way. Oh, we're not for sale. Our bodies should be respected, but I'm not going to you unless you buy me dinner. When you buy me dinner, I'm still not going to you. Explain something to you. You should want to sleep with your partner. If you don't want to sleep with your partner, something's wrong. You're probably using your partner. You probably don't find your partner attractive. Or you might just be. She's going to be the same one that's going to be like, oh, the divorce came out of nowhere. What did I do? I don't know. Denied your husband basic affection? I don't know. And I know I'm going to get all the girlies in the comments and being like, just because we're married doesn't mean we have to have sex. Well, obviously, you Neanderthal, I'm not advocating for here. I'm advocating for, again, why would you marry somebody that you don't want to seem to do this very interesting thing where like they court men too. We just court men in different ways, right? So, well, not we, because I'm definitely not in this group. Women will put on the big show, they'll be seductive, they'll be sweet, they'll be all these things until they have him locked down. Once he's locked down, the stops, the intimacy stops, the effort stops, everything stops. Even still, when he gets fed up and divorces her, she's still gonna take half of his and his kids. What a world. And women have the audacity to be like, why would women get married nowadays? Well, it doesn't benefit us. Yes, it does. Actually, it benefits pretty much only you.
If a man ever brags that they do not chase women, she's falling down. If they brag that they do not chase women, if they brag that they're not going to go out of their way for a woman, you like men.
Some women will just tell themselves anything, won't they?
You want to be a princess. You want a man to chase you. They haven't admitted to themselves that they are like actually.
Holy homophobia, Batman. Did anyone else notice that they phrase that in such a way as to insinuate that there's something wrong with being gay? But not only that, they're so upset that men aren't interested in chasing some women that they're actually resorting to this.
Guys know, like, it's not about chasing women in particular, like, it's more about pursuing a woman, okay? If they're, like, bragging that they do not pursue women, like, you're kind of girly, kind of weird.
I would like to point out that it only seems to be the women that are upset that they're not being chased by certain men that would actually say such things. And by the way, calling men gay or girly or weird, believe it or not, is not going to get them to chase you. Most of those gentlemen probably actually have a very good grasp of who they are as a person and probably have very good self-esteem. Unlike some others that I could mention.
I just canceled my date while I was doing my makeup. As you can see, I started the base on my eyes.
Canceling a date mid-makeup is crazy work. I just want to start off by saying that.
It may be petty. You can tell me if you think it's petty, but I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's petty.
Food for thought. If someone ever starts a story off by asking if they're being petty, 9 times out of 10, they're being petty.
Like, I ask him, what is the vibe? What's going on? What should I wear? He's like, wear something chill. I go, LOL, what are we doing then? Why would I need to be chill and wear sneakers? Where are we going at 10 o'clock at night? And when he was just like, he sort of didn't answer the question. He just never said it.
What do you mean he never said it? Did he just not answer the question? You sent him a message. What was his response? We want to know.
And I said, well, I was thinking we'd go get like hookah and a cute drink or something, like nothing too crazy, but I would have liked to throw on a cute kitten heel, you know, something cute. And he's just like, well, we could go do that. No, now we can't do that because that was my idea. And you should have had an idea because you texted me to be ready at 10. with no explanation. To me, that to me sounds like you have a plan.
He did have a plan. You disassembled it when he told you to wear something chilled, and you said practically no. I don't want to wear something chilled. I want to be cute tonight. And how do you make a suggestion on what you want to do? He agrees to what you want to do, and now all of a sudden it's like, no, we can't do that anymore. What the f be wrong with some of y'all?
He calls me twice and he's like, oh, why do you have an attitude? And it's because that you didn't plan anything, and it didn't sound like you had a plan, and it sounded like you half-assed it. He said, oh, well, you said you wanted to go to hookah. You didn't know I wanted to go to hookah until after you said to wear sneakers. So no, it's not about the hookah or anything. It's just like you just didn't have a plan, and whatever your plan was, you didn't want to tell me.
Did it ever occur to you that he probably wanted to surprise you?
And then he's like, oh, well, you want to go somewhere nice and fancy? I was like, I mean, we could have went to Pergola.
I swear this gotta be missing a chromosome or two. Listen, you just made another suggestion. I'm sure he's probably gonna say, hey, let's go. And then you're gonna turn around and say, no, we can't go because it wasn't your idea. What difference does it make? If you want to go have a good time with this person, does it really matter whose idea it is?
Pergola's cute. It's a nice vibe. It's great music in there. The food's good. And then, mind you, we're old. I'm 30 years old. He's 30 plus years old. Like, there's no reason why we should be going to a hookah spot filled with kids.
No, the receptors in her brain are not firing off properly. She literally suggested going to get hookah in the beginning of her story. Not to mention, both of them are 30 plus. Y'all can't be around like this. Y'all ain't got that much time. Y'all do know that, right? I'm not even the one taking this woman on a date, and I'm annoyed. And to answer her question, yes, you were being petty as that is not a reason to not go on a date. He probably had something very simplistic planned. You want to do something a bit more complex, so he agreed. What the is the problem? Not to mention, it seems to me that you're prioritizing the venue more than the interaction, which ultimately means you shouldn't be going on a date in the first place. It all makes sense why some of y'all single. But you know what? You ain't got to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Gotta keep the change.
This is her when you wanted her, but this is her when she tried to pop up in your DMs talking about, hey, big head. This is her when she's in her prime. This is probably her when you're in your prime. And so if a woman doesn't want you when she's in her prime, when you work to become valuable and you enter your prime, then you should necessarily entertain her. You should keep the same energy, because women are born with value. This is why they say, don't waste your youth, for women in particular, because they just got to try to preserve their value. And they do that by, keeping their body count low, even though today's society, women want to ruin that. But that's really how to preserve the value, maintaining your femininity, maintaining being friendly, fitness wise, cooperative, friendly, and all that. But man, you got to earn yours. We're not born with it. So we got to earn it throughout life. So they come in their prime. We got to come in our prime later.
If a woman has the attitude, what do I need men for? My assignment is answer that question. So what do I need men for? I've done a lot of informal surveys. I'd ask the women, think about how many women that you know are for you. They're your friends. How many women does it take to make you feel as safe as one man you know is for you? And I've watched them, and they're thinking and thinking and thinking, and then they start to shake their heads. There is no number of women that makes a woman feel as safe as one man that she knows is for her. If a woman is leading with sexuality and bringing out take energy in men, they're either scary or she's sure she can manipulate them, but she's still not going to feel safe. Where if he's charmed and enchanted by her, which causes a man to care, you guys closely guard caring. Something else I learned from men, it's your biggest expenditure of energy. And it has this paradox. Women think men are simple. Men even say men are simple. No, not caring can feel like freedom, but not caring can turn into, I have no purpose. My life is it's not for anything, right? And then men have said, when a woman needs something from me, I have a purpose.
My nephew's 18. He's still a child. I'll send him to me then. No, I'd absolutely never do that. Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day. No, I don't think he will, because he has respect for himself. I don't know if it's something you're familiar with. The men that come see me have a lot of respect. They don't, unfortunately. I know you might think they do. How many of you asked that I've slept with? I would never ask anyone that you slept with, because I don't know anyone. So you don't know that you've not got respect?
Look, I'm just sitting here with my cake and my Cool Whip, and I just want to say I am so grateful for the fact that society is starting to catch on to female predators. I'm just shocked that it took Bonnie Blue for y'all to realize that women can be too. Oh my God, that rhymed. Call me Dr. Seuss. The way I would have flown over that table and mollywopped that bitch. I could never do an interview with Bonnie Blue.
You know, modern women don't really understand. For some reason, they haven't learned the art of being quiet. They don't know when enough is enough. They don't, and being quiet, it's almost like knowing when to tone it down as well. Knowing when, hey, this is not my scene. Maybe I shouldn't be dressing like this anymore. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. They just keep it up. They tried it. Oh, I still got it. I still can do a little move, bust a little move like I did when I was 20. You're 70. Why would you want to? Why would you want to? That's what men don't understand. Y'all talk about how mature you are in your speech and your thought pattern, and you're still trying to be like a 22-year-old woman in the club. You're past that. Start acting like it. That's not cute. That's not sexy. And contrary to what you believe, men don't really even want that.
You would be shocked how impactful little things like ordering a woman's dinner for her, ordering the drinks for her, pulling the chair out, doing all these chivalrous, gentlemanly gestures, that combined with the charm, combined with not putting her on a pedestal and not simping for her, that will go down extremely well. Especially when she's spent most of her dating life in a city like this. Her entire experience of dating has been guys just buying flowers for her, taking on the most expensive dinners, guys trying to replace personality with money.
I just got out of therapy and I realized I'm the problem. I thought it was everybody else. I didn't think it was me.
I mean, it sounds like you're on the right track. I mean, it sounds like you're on the right track. A lot of people would have heard what their therapist said and they would have still kept lying to themselves. But not you. You went home and you told yourself the truth.
Remember, it's better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
The level of disdain towards women with kids, we are like at an all-time high. And I don't remember experiencing that when I had my son coming up dating.
I'm Gen X, and when I was growing up, dating a single mother wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal, but it wasn't really something that we talked about. Now, I can't speak for all Gen Xers, but I am saying me, the guys I knew and people around me, we didn't have those conversations. Nobody sat us down and told us don't date a single mother. I'm pretty sure some Gen Xers had that conversation, but the conversation back then wasn't nowhere like it is now. Now that's all you hear is men screaming don't date single mothers. We didn't have podcasts or platforms telling us the whole story, helping us understand what comes with being a stepfather. So a lot of us were blind. We didn't know what we were doing, but this new generation of men, they got that. This is why a lot of these younger men are not doing it. They're staying away from it. I would see a girl walking down the street with a baby stroller. I would go over there and talk to her like the baby wasn't even there. See a girl at the mall with a kid. I didn't care about the kid. I still was gonna go talk to her. My second girlfriend had a baby and I jumped right in that relationship, didn't even think twice about it. I was gonna be a stepfather to her kid. Wasn't even a thought. I was just gonna do it. I'm only saying that to say, I believe the reason why so many women are walking around now with kids who think it's not a big deal, who just expect you to deal with it, expect you to take it.
Now, give me the paycheck, then take these children, because I'm tired of dealing with this by myself.
They don't even acknowledge it like it's a problem. It's based on what we did in my generation. But it's different now. And I see so many women coming online talking about how men need to adapt to the way things are. And there is some truth to that. But you women gotta adapt too. Men are different. We are speaking to each other. And the reason why so many women are frustrated is because they were just used to men just going along with stuff. We never talked about what we want and what we need in a relationship. We never talked about what we expect. We didn't ask what you bring to the table. So the women were just running rampant. All they had to do was look good and the men were gonna chase after it. And they hate channels like mine where I'm up here talking to men, trying to keep them from making the same mistakes that a lot of us made. But these channels are necessary. When it comes to single mothers, you'll never hear me saying you should never date a single mother. I just don't think a single man with no kids should date a single mother. I don't think that's a smart move. But I do believe being a stepdad could be a good thing. There are a lot of people out there right now who wouldn't be where they are if they didn't have a stepdad. So stepdads are important, but you just need to fully understand what you are going to get when you sign up for that. And growing up, we didn't have that. Again, I can't speak for all men, but I can tell you, me and my friends, we never talked about not dating a woman because she had kids. We just did whatever. We are the ones you need to blame for the women who don't believe having kids is an issue at all. I think that's based on what Gen X did. I'm just saying.
Long story short, he is not happy and wants a divorce.
Stop playing stupid when your man wants a divorce.
So he tells me that he isn't happy and wants a divorce. That's all. He doesn't give me explanations of why or what. I mean,
I don't know why. I'm the victim. It must be another woman.
Bitch, you ain't fooling nobody. I'm a chick too.
We were in process of building a new home. The architecturals, the design, everything was done. We were waiting for probably one more week. We would have had permits and we would have broken ground.
You built your dream house and he wants to fucking leave you.
We had just put a deposit on a bucket list trip to Italy for 2025. We, 2 days prior, sat down with a good friends of ours to put the finishing touches on a trip that we took with them every single year to the races in Sonoma. I mean, we're making grocery lists. He's sitting there watching me making grocery lists, knowing that he wants a divorce.
Imagine if you built this whole ass life together, everything's paid off, you're retired.
What the? I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't steal.
I can tell you right now what she did. I want this, I want that, nag, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch. That's what the fuck you did.
I wasn't perfect. I nagged. I nagged. I nagged.
You didn't give a fuck about his burdens. You didn't give a fuck about his feelings. You complained, you bitched, you whined, and you drove the man up a fucking tree to the point where he had no fucking way out. Women will divorce you for next to fucking nothing. When a man puts a ring on your finger, he loves you more than anything in the world. It is unconditional. For a man to ask for a divorce, you had to have put that man through some.
You speak Chinese today, by any chance? Probably not. You spoke English yesterday, so you'll speak English today and probably tomorrow.
Sure.
Have you ever eaten the same food more than once? Probably.
Yeah.
It would be too hard to just change that up every day. So there are a lot of things that you do over and over. And if one of the things you do over and over is change the guy you're sleeping with, you're probably going to keep doing that too. If I know that you have been with one guy for a long time, then in the future, you probably will be with one guy for a long time. But if I know that you switch guys often, this is about once every 3.2 days, then in the future, you will probably switch guys
Way
often.
easier.
And again, we don't like that, and we're not arguing about it. We do not want to spend time and money on you if you are just gonna switch guys. It's weird that I have to tell you this. People don't like cheating, and if you switch guys a lot, you're more likely to cheat.
Another example of this, we could take it out of relationships, is in the corporate world. Way back in my corporate days, right, we used to do hiring. Specifically, I used to go to the National Black MBA, which is one of the large, at the time, I don't know if it is anymore, one of the largest career fairs in the country. And I remember taking a look at the resumes, and often me and the hiring managers, the talent acquisition people would be chatting with each other. And the one thing that we would always say is to take a look out for is quick switches within their history. Outside of the transferable skills, far more likely to give you a look, an opportunity if you see consistency over a long period of time. If you're jumping from job to job, then it is an obvious red flag, because why would an organization want to acquire you? And there's always going to be acquisition costs, whether it be transportation, training costs. Why would an organization want to pay for all of that if you show that you like to hop ship?
Women love to say, trust me. Ignore my behavior. I am wife material. But why would we trust you if you are the least trustworthy kind of person? Cheaters don't say, I'm gonna cheat on you. They say, trust me. Everyone says, trust
Scammers
me.
too.
So how do we know who the cheaters are?
True.
Well, we have to observe your behavior. This is the behavior cube. This is the church club axis. That's where you choose to spend your time. This is the modest, independent axis. That's how you present yourself to the world. And this is the loyalty axis. That's how you've behaved towards men in the past. Number of guys is a big sign. The more you have, the dumber it is to trust you. Not everyone with a high body count will cheat, but more of them will.
Well,
you
yeah.
can see here that marriage gets less stable as body count goes up.
I have a TikTok going a little viral right now because it ended up triggering a whole group of women. Essentially what I said is that there are women that will leave their marriage simply because she isn't happy. Yet men will tolerate years of disrespect in order to maintain the commitment that he made to that marriage. For those of you that get it, you either one, have experienced this yourself, or you've witnessed very closely somebody that has gone through it. 2, you understand that this is not always the case across the board, but you understand that it does happen, so it can be validating to those that have experienced it. Number 3, somewhere in the last 5 videos that you just swiped up on, you saw a video that a man was being blamed for whatever it was in the relationship, that it was his fault. At least one of them is giving a woman's perspective on relationships or dating. And lastly, 4, how many videos do you see out there where a woman is getting a divorce or she's thinking about getting a divorce simply because she's not happy? It's happening, ladies. It's happening.
These modern women, they really have gotten to the point to where they believe that they have just full control and authority to say and do what they want without repercussions. Y'all continue to say and do what you want and get divorced. Y'all are continuing to say and do what you want and find yourself single. Find yourself with bills piled high, can't pay them, and no man in sight to help. Found yourself trying to pull up a heavy couch. Don't even have to be a heavy couch. Furniture in general. Up a flight of stairs and the elevator broke. Oh, I don't have to worry about needing a man. I just use my womanly intuition and my ingenuity, and I'll go in this elevator and in my nice swanky penthouse apartment, and I'll just do it that way and roll it on in there. You could. Till, like I said, that elevator break. Oh, it's going to be out. We're trying to get the technicians out to fix it. It's going to be about a week. So either you can't get your stuff for a week, or you go ahead and fix it. Problem is, you didn't already got it, and they delivering it tomorrow. Oh, guys, can you bring it up the stairs? I'll pay you extra. No, we got another job. Plus, strictly policy, we don't do that. You're supposed to have all that handled. And now you're trying to call daddy. Daddy's asleep. Plus, daddy's old and he can't do that type of stuff no more. Brother's halfway across the world. So now you actually do need the help of men. And your roster, you can't find them. They are nowhere to be found. Half of them then got married, and the other half don't answer your calls no more. They got the booty call that they needed, and they went on. Hee hee ha ha, all that laughing is done. Modern women are out here moving sloppy, and eventually it's going to come back to bite them. Stop doing it. Quit doing it. Quit thinking that you can go out here. There was a clip of one woman talking about, my husband after so many years just left me. He just left me. He paid off this, he went and got this, and he left me. I mean, I did do some bad things, but nothing to get divorced, nothing that he should have divorced me about. Like I said, you're going to find yourself doing things on your own. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna fool around and find yourselves on the wrong side of the fence, yapping about, nagging about. A man told you stop doing it. You kept on doing it.
When women make their own money, the last thing they want to do is support a man. Last thing they want to do is support a man.
Believe it or not, no. When women make good money, they don't. When women make money, they don't need a man because they make enough money. They have
Okay, repeat that sentence again.
When women make enough money, they don't really need a man.
Okay,
because
say
they
that
can
one more
take
time
care.
again.
When
women make what? What did you say? When women
they
make money?
enough money, they really don't need a man.
You do understand your sentence just defeated your entire argument, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But that's what I'm saying.
How many men have stayed in relationships where they're constantly being rejected by their partner? How many men have stayed in sexless relationships? How many men have tried to fix relationships and initiate intimacy and still get rejected? The amount of women on this app that openly acknowledge that they intentionally didn't give sex or intimacy to their husbands, but they can't understand why they're divorced is crazy to me. But these same women, now that they're single, are on the internet talking about, Oh my god, I hope he doesn't introduce me to a vibe he can't maintain. Meanwhile, the vibe that they can't maintain is the fact that when they get in relationships with men, they want to start out having 6 times a day, but then as time goes on, it's 3 times a day, or it's way less than that, maybe once a month.
I have absolutely no interest in having with my husband at all. And I'm kind of at a point where I don't really know what to do about it, because I know, while I may not need it, I know he needs it. And it's getting very challenging for me because I'm just kind of in this, please don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. And I want to have,
Of course.
but I don't.
Excellent. I imagine you're not telling a whole bunch of people that. Is that fair?
No, I think I've mentioned it to 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
One agreed with me and one was like, what are you talking about?
So I had an epiphany when my husband told me that he can't turn off his drive, no matter what. It doesn't matter if he is, having a hard day, if he's tired, if the kids are going crazy, no matter what is going on, like he can't just turn it off, right? And that's the way he emotionally connects with me. And so for me to turn it off, because my day hasn't gone perfect, because I'm tired and I'm overwhelmed. Now, hear me out. It doesn't mean that it makes things easier, but it's not fair for me to say, well, my mood isn't perfect. My outfit isn't perfect. Everything didn't go as planned. I had a hard day. I'm a little tired. So you know what? I'm just going to take the one thing that's the most important thing to you, and I'm just not even going to bother with it. It's kind of being like conditional, right? And it's like, sometimes I think we're so hard on our spouses because we want them to perform and act and be perfect. And then we'll, show them our best. We want to be treated with love on those hard days. We need extra comfort. We need extra comfort in things. I think they need the same thing.
He said he will only marry me if we get a prenup. Then you know what to do, girl. Go visit your doctor. Get you some prescriptions. Get you some mind-altering prescriptions and take them on that day. And have your receipts from the pharmacy. Have your visit to the doctor. And film yourself on Instagram taking your meds. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure the date is seen as well. That is posted. Then the contract will be null and void. There you go.
Oh my god. Just don't get married, yeah. Because this is crazy.
Okay, how can you convince your husband to let you stay home? Quit your job. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how. I got fired and I'm getting harassed at work. I ain't going back. I'm staying home. Take care of me. That's it. That's all you gotta say. I'm harassed at work. I ain't going back. You gotta take care of me. I'm going home. I'm traumatized. Can't do it no more.
You better find the next job.
There you go. Just lie.
Just lie.
There is no discussion. If when you decide it for yourself, there is no discussion. You just gonna do it.
Easy peasy, eh? And other people supposed to just...
He said, ladies, lie about your body count. Don't even answer the question about no body count. That's stupid. If a man is asking you that question, he's broke or stupid or low class. Real men don't ask that question. No one has ever asked me that question in my entire life. No man has ever asked me that question except the Dusties in the comments. Okay? So, if you answer that question, you are lowering yourself. Don't even answer the question. Just laughing.
She's talking to a woman who has a body count of 150. Just don't get married, because now they have this trick where you can go take pills and then tell the judge that you were on medication that day. The that they come up with is ridiculous.
To the women who liked to date men.
Looks can be deceiving. Viewer discretion is advised.
And only women who like to date men only. This message is for you. My rent is $6,000. My nails, $150. My hair, $300 minimum. So I pay for all this myself. I do not expect a man to take care of this for me because he is my partner, not my father.
Now, if you were to ask me, I don't see anything wrong with the stance that this woman took in her video. She is 100% right. He's your partner, not your father. So expecting him to do the things that your father did for you as a young girl wouldn't make any sense, because that would in turn prompt him to expect the things that his mom did for him as a young boy. And I'm sure a lot of y'all don't want to go down that road.
All right? I think the men have left now. Ladies, when a man invites you over to his apartment or his house for the first time, please rob him.
Remember earlier in the video when I told y'all looks could be deceiving? Yeah, I gotta be careful out here in these streets. I told y'all, this kind of stuff to the untrained eye looks so relatable. It looks so innocent. It's like, oh man, she's pushing out a good message, until she's not. Her message is, if a man invites you to his house on the first link up, rob him. Not decline his offer, not refuse his polite gesture, just rob him. That's her advice. And the immediate downside to all of this is, all those women that take this advice are not going to make it out alive. And before you know it, Channel 7 News today, young woman meets a man on Hinge or something like that, and he blows her head off. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be up in arms about how men hate women, but none of y'all are going to address the fact that she was trying to rob that man, or she did rob that man. There is no way you want me to believe that women that give out advice like this actually care about women. This is some of the most dangerous you can ever do, especially on a first interaction. You don't know who the you're dealing with.
Please understand that this man wants you to rob him, all right? Go and take whatever is the most valuable thing that you can see in his place while he's going to the bathroom. If you don't think you can gather cash, jewelry, or any other valuables in 5 minutes or less, then go ahead and go into his wallet, take a cute little picture of the front and back of his credit card, and then leave before he comes out of the bathroom. And then make sure you block him. Because listen, if that man really was smart, he would have never invited a complete stranger into his house the first time he's meeting her.
Now, there is a part of this video that I actually do agree with. It is not very smart to invite a complete stranger to your spot, especially on the first link up. It's not. However, that does not trump the advice that this woman is giving. She's giving this advice like there's no consequences to it. Like, it can't happen. Like, he can't contact the authorities and they follow up and find you. Or if he takes matters into his own hands and finds you himself, then what? Men can't be as dangerous as y'all say they are. Because there's no way you think men are dangerous and you're willing to play with them in this manner. Ladies, despite your fellow woman giving you such horrible advice, here I am to provide some light in your darkness. If you meet a man and he's willing and ready to invite you over to his spot on the first link up and you're not comfortable, just don't go. If you are not in fact willing and ready to connect with this man on an intimate level, do not go to his spot. And even with all that I just said, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to shit I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
The greatest threat to women is men. If men as a group were inherently harmful, then there would be no men defending women from other men.
Yeah, you know, like,
have you heard of a
men get a lot of flack, but I think when it comes to acts of bravery, acts of heroism, men are very much overrepresented there. When you see some like natural disaster, you look at the flooding that happened in Texas, it's a man carrying some old grandma. It's a man going into the rushing waters and grabbing a dog, or a man saving kids, or a man saving women. You need to balance your like, men are so horrible in all these ways. What about male bravery? What about male courage? What about I don't know why you're lying. Like almost all the vast majority of acts of bravery and courage and life-saving and emergency saving, it's men. Where's the gratitude there? What about just the plumbers? I mean, literally, no pun intended, would hit the fan if we didn't have people, it's almost men, who do the dirty, dangerous, gross, hazardous jobs. When it's snowstorming and there's a catastrophic breakdown in the power grid failure or utility pole collapses or whatever, it's not some 5'2" woman going out at 3 a.m. in the snow, in the rain, in the hazard. It's a man who's going to get that back on. And there's a complete lack of gratefulness for the sacrifices men make and how men really, you don't like to hear it. I get it. You don't like to hear it.
What kind of car is this? Is this like a Toyota model or?
Audi A4.
Is this one of like the oldest models?
I mean, yeah, it's like an A4.
Oh,
Still really expensive though.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. The girls that I was with in the past, they had like a BMW with like 4 rims. What happened over here? You hit something?
I guess, yeah. So do you want to get in the car? Or?
I mean, where are we going?
I mean, we can go back to my place or yours and hang out.
I knew it. This whole time you just wanted me to get back to your place so you could sleep with me.
What?
I'm just some to you. I'm just community.
No.
You just want to sleep with me.
No, I don't want to sleep. We don't have to sleep together.
We ate at Chili's and now you want to me.
No, I want to hang out with you.
I'm sure you say that to everybody. You just want to hang out. You want my...
I cleared my whole schedule for you. Like, what did you want to do?
There's a skating rink.
I don't want to do that.
Bowling?
Girl, do I look like I could bowl? Be for real, bowling? I thought you had a whole plan for today.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Is there anything like you want to do in particular?
You're asking me what I want to do on our date that you're supposed to plan. Be for real.
You just want to me. You just want me for my... I'm a slab of meat.
Of course not. You know what I'm saying? No, of course not. Stop. Chill out. Let's just get into the car and then we can just hang out and figure out what we're doing, okay? Come on.
And here's the issue, and it's really the reason a lot of times men just completely check out of dating. Men won't commit because women will get online and say stupid stuff, wild statements about, well, I'm really not that attracted to him anymore, and I just don't, I just don't want to sleep with him anymore. And men are just supposed to accept that. Well, you can't put your hands on me. You respect my space. If you loved me, you would. Okay, well, since you're talking about if you love me, you would. If you love me, you would. But I guess it don't go like that. And so men, once again, they just have to suffer. I'm still going to work. I'm still paying the bills. I'm still being a good father. I'm still showing up as a good husband. but I don't get the benefits of it. I don't get the reward. I mean, yeah, I love my kids. I get the benefits of seeing my kids grow and all that other stuff. I get the benefits of going to work and see all of my labor and my fruits and stuff like that in terms of that. But I don't have any love. I don't get love at the house. And that's me. I would have gotten married if I didn't want to be in love. And I don't get that. And so that's a major thing that's missing from my relationship. And she's like, well, you know, I don't know what to do. Suck it up. Suck it up, dang.
I hate men. I've heard this from women my entire life. It's so common these days to hear women say, all men are blank. Men ain't. And grouping them together and casting a judgment on the entire sex. And I've just never felt that way. In circles of women, they would often say, well, you probably don't feel this way towards men because you haven't experienced blank, insert the plethora of traumatic instances that can happen with men. And when I would share my stories that I often had, they would be like, well, you have all the reason to hate men, why don't you? Women's resentment towards men is not entirely misplaced, obviously. Look around at the world, abroad, and in our own local communities. When I think of the main reasons why women feel such hatred towards men, I just don't see a world where we correct those issues without men. Often the force required to correct the ferocity of evil-filled men is the ferocity of good-filled men. Obviously, women too. Men in their grounded, higher state are a force to be reckoned with. Okay, quick story time. I was a teenager walking into a store with my little brother, and to my right, a car pulls up full of men, waving a trying to coerce me to get into the car and kidnap me. I moved my brother to the side, and as I did, this old cowboy was walking out of the store towards us, saw everything that was happening, and he puts his hand on his back pocket to reach for his gun, and the car saw what he was doing and immediately drove off. And I'll never forget this moment because it was this crazy juxtaposing scene of men in their absolute unhinged nature, and then men in their beautiful protector, higher nature, for someone he didn't even know. And it really did show how men can be a part of the solution to the problems they also create. I don't know if you know, but men account for 80% of the suicides in the United States. And I encourage you to listen to this incredible podcast. I have it up right here. It's called Young Men Are Quietly Giving Up. And this really alarms me as we're moving into a time where we really, really need strong men. Many women have absolutely no freedoms in different corners of the earth. And I'm just going to speak to the modern Western world for a second. In women's attempts and pursuit for male accountability, I feel like it has hardened so many women's outlook of men altogether. And you got a modern dynamic now where women are walking around incredibly jaded, and they project this energy onto men in their entirety, and then feel a lot of resistance to having accountability themselves. Like a collective grievance that turned into an absolving of looking into the mirror. We can so often become the archetype of the thing we protest. I believe reestablishing a sense of sacredness between the sexes is going to be a big part of the solution here. And both sexes have a lot of work to do here. Objectification is such a big part of this to men. And I hope we can continue to hold men accountable while also as women taking ownership of the parts that we should. Like when we electively objectify ourselves and further feed into that energy that in the end doesn't serve us, and be a bit honest with that. I'm curious if you've had a journey with your relationship to men and how you see us all walking forward unified together.
Now, you hear a lot about unrealistic beauty standards, but you don't hear nearly enough about the unrealistic personality standards that women have to live up to.
Bingo.
Every time you turn on the TV, you see women in films reacting stoically, controlling emotions, staying calm in high-pressure situations.
Doing math?
Giving men the false impression that this is somehow what they should be expecting from a woman's personality.
Whether that's Kristen Ritter not wanting to talk about her feelings in Jessica Jones, or Charlize Theron's short, concise, data-driven answers to questions in Mad Max, I don't think these filmmakers realize or care about the harm they are doing by asking women to live up to those unattainable, emotional, and storytelling ideals.
I had a friend come up to me recently complaining that his date took forever to get ready. They missed the previews. Then she started crying as if this is some abnormal event. I had to grab the guy and say, Dave, I don't know what you saw in Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, but this is what a woman looks like without having her personality airbrushed by Hollywood.
That's why I so much appreciate what they are doing on The View.
Yes.
Personality, positivity, showing what a real woman looks like completely unshackled from whether statistics or evidence even remotely lines up with the points they are making.
I want to also applaud the makers of The View for just putting their raw, undesirable personalities out there, flaws and all, so men can see a realistic depiction of what to expect from a woman.
He said he will only marry me if we get a prenup. Then you know what to do, girl. Go visit your doctor. Get you some prescriptions. Get you some mind-altering prescriptions and take them on that day. And have your receipts from the pharmacy, have your visit to the doctor, and film yourself on Instagram taking your meds. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure the date is seen as well. That is posted. Then the contract will be null and void. There you go.
Oh my god. Just don't get married, yeah. Because this is crazy.
Okay, how can you convince your husband to let you stay home? Quit your job. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how. I got fired and I'm getting harassed at work. I ain't going back. I'm staying home. Take care of me. That's it. That's all you gotta say. I'm harassed at work. I ain't going back. You gotta take care of me. I'm going home. I'm traumatized. Can't do it no more.
You better find that next job.
There you go. Just lie.
Just lie.
There is no discussion. If when you decide it for yourself, there is no discussion. You just gonna do it.
Easy peasy, eh? And other people supposed to just...
You said ladies lie about your body count. Don't even answer the question about no body count. That's stupid. If a man is asking you that question, he's broke or stupid or low class. Real men don't ask that question. You know? No one has ever asked me that question. In my entire life. No man has ever asked me that question except the Dusties in the comments. Okay? So, if you answer that question, you are lowering yourself. Don't even answer the question. Just laugh.
She's talking to a woman who has a body count of 150. Just don't get married because now they have this trick where you can go take pills and then tell the judge that you were on medication that day. Yo, the that they come up with is ridiculous.
Women are always told to choose better men, like it's their problem, the men are bad.
How about taking that dreaded first step towards some personal accountability and realize that a lot of women, in fact, do need to choose better? Because a lot of times, some women tend to choose the same types of men that have the same bad characteristics over and over again and decide that it's all men that share those characteristics.
The men are never told to be better men.
Has someone not been paying attention? Because there are multitudes of individuals out there telling men every single day that they need to be better. But I guess someone must have missed that.
It's much easier for a man to choose to be better than a woman to choose better, because a lot of these men are wolves in sheep's clothing.
Really? Exactly how difficult is it for some women out there to actually understand the characteristics that make a good man as opposed to just an attractive man? Because a lot of women will simply date on what they find attractive versus what should be considered for a relationship. And that's the main problem there.
I have a TikTok going a little viral right now because it ended up triggering a whole group of women. Essentially what I said is that there are women that will leave their marriage simply because she isn't happy. Yet men will tolerate years of disrespect in order to maintain the commitment that he made to that marriage. For those of you that get it, you either one, have experienced this yourself, or you've witnessed very closely somebody that has gone through it. Two, you understand that this is not always the case across the board, but you understand that it does happen, so it can be validating to those that have experienced it. Number three, somewhere in the last 5 videos that you just swiped up on, you saw a video that a man was being blamed for whatever it was in the relationship, that it was his fault. At least one of them is giving a woman's perspective on relationships or dating. And lastly, 4, how many videos do you see out there where a woman is getting a divorce or she's thinking about getting a divorce simply because she's not happy? It's happening. Ladies, it's happening.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, ask me.
Okay. What is a body count that you wouldn't go near?
If they
have what number?
I think three and above. 21.
3? Oh, f off of that.
Yeah, it's just a preference. What the f against my preference? You know, I wouldn't judge you based on your preference. So like, you want to.
You're 21.
Yeah, I'm 21.
You've been in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship currently. Yeah.
How long have you been in a relationship?
Like a year or something. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Actually, yeah.
I think if you're in relationships, 3, like, of course that's normal, but like if you're not in relationships, 21.
I'm 21. Wait, like, what do you think is like the average body count of 21?
I have no idea.
In England, let's say.
More than 3, I'm gonna be honest. It's definitely more than. It's probably like 21. You're. How long have you been in a relationship? I'd say would you say like 10?
10, like the average body count in England. In like 21.
Do whatever you want to do. As long as you're not cheating on anyone, I don't care. So yeah, who cares? That's fine.
All right, cool.
Why do women have to prove their value, but men just have to show up?
I think it's the opposite. I think men have to prove their value, and a woman just has to show up.
It depends on who you asking.
No, I think if you're pretty, You could get access to the parties, to the invite only, to the private yachts, to the billionaires club, just because they want to have you in the room. Now, we know what they want you in the room for, but if you're smart, you don't go for it. You work the room so that they invite you directly after. Whereas men got to earn the money, have the job, get the accolades, do the achievement in order to even almost have access to some of the things that she gets. So I actually feel like beautiful women get much more opportunities than men do. What y'all think?
It just depends on who you're asking.
Personally, I don't know the answer. I just feel like for me personally, I think that as a woman, I get more opportunities than a man because I think that men want me to be in the space, but they don't expect me to come with the character or the work ethic that I come with. And that's what keeps me in the room. What I look like might get me to the room, maybe if I know somebody, but what I'm built by or built of is what keeps me in the room.
And listening to Sarah, she's got it. That's what a lot of modern women need to understand. Yeah, you're going to be pretty. Men are going to look at you. Men are going to like the way they're people in general. They're attracted to beauty. They're attracted to something that looks good, right? They like that. That's what people like. And so if you get invited to do something, then you take advantage of that and say, okay, I am smart. I am capable. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to light it up. I'm going to get it done. And you go in there and you prove, hey, I'm not just a pretty face. Hey, my body is tea, but so is my mind. I can do it, man. I'm not dumb. I'm not an airhead. But a lot of these modern women, they're so lazy nowadays that they'll go in there and that's exactly the way they act. Even if they have a degree, that's exactly the way they act. Oh, I got a degree, but I want him to take care of me. I want him to do it. I don't feel like working anymore. And then when you get put in a box because that's the way you've been acting and you never jumped out of that box and say, hey, I'm more than just a pretty face. Hey, you need me to organize that for you? Oh yeah, we used to do it all the time. That's where I started. I used to work at a restaurant and I started as a server, but eventually, they saw that I was really good at what I did and they moved me to lead, and then they moved me to manager and store manager. And, that was about 5 years and I went on and did something else. But yeah, I can lead it for you. I can run the project. I can do that for you. You want me to do that? Instead of showing your value in other places and expanding your influence, you sit there like an airhead, and then that's where you get put.